Previously on Cyberpunk.
I think I might own you now.
Jimmy kicks into his latest song. Nobody owns you.
There's just a cowboy. And he's got his arms crossed, he's leaning up on the little thing, so it's like,
I do business with this. And with this.
I am Wesley Allback V. I'd love to see more.
More of what?
Do you know when she says the zone, she means the combat zone? An area of the city given over to gangs and other lowlives, completely unpatrolled by police. You hear a sudden, rev of engines. And then she reaches to her hip. And I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative. And welcome back to Cyberpunk 2020 with PlayStation Access. My name is Chris Thurston, and when we left our Cyberpunks, such as they are, a good sigh there from Jimi Mutiny, who currently finds himself squashed into the back of his manager Axel's sedan as they race into the combat zone, attempting to repay a newly acquired debt to a gangster called Redwyne. Squeezed tightly into the back of the car is corporate killer MJ Kefahuchi, Jimmy, aforementioned, and a cowboy they just met called Wesley.
Please, the president of the Mutineers, the Jimi Mutiny fan club.
And a rich cowboy.
Complicated thematic blend of cowboy and pirate.
Yeah.
In the front seat, the grown-ups. Weary corporate dirtbag Axel Burke, on a way to rob one of his own corporation's facilities just so he doesn't get murdered.
You're just a corporate dirtbag, Axel.
Very good. Roll a performance? No, don't. And Pheonix, med tech, former trauma team, doctor turned sort of, I guess, medic for hire on the mean streets, looking to open her own clinic, I guess.
Look where that's got me.
All of that feels very distant as you suddenly are approached, as you pass into the combat zone of Night City, by a biker.
We should have known this was going to happen when you asked us to describe exactly where in the car we were sitting.
Yeah, and also when I asked Axel to do an awareness check that he failed.
Yeah.
It's very dark down there.
It is dark, and
He's got an infrared eye.
That's
MJ.
Oh, it's you.
Nonetheless, we have our initiative order. You can see it on board, my lovely board. And that means that MJ, we're going to resolve this in a turn-based encounter, although I should stress, the last thing you saw this biker do was just put her hand down towards a pistol. How would you like to act?
Was it definitely towards a pistol?
That's the first thing I was going to ask.
Okay.
Is, can I make absolutely certain that she is reaching for a weapon?
Do a awareness check for me.
The conscientious killer.
Yeah. Or is it just a gun-like shoot object?
That's one of those lighters shaped like a pistol. She's going to light a cigarette.
So that gives me, awareness plus intelligence plus the roll gives me 13.
13. That is sufficient to know that she is reaching for a gun.
Oh.
And I may be on a 10. That's all a 10 gets. That's all beating a 10 gets you.
So, the layout of this car is this biker. Wesley's in the middle.
Yep.
I'm in the back to one side of Wesley.
Yeah, which side are you on? Because we're going to play a little game of chicken here. Because I know what side the biker's on. And I'm not going to change that. In fact, I'll tell you what, spirit of honesty, I'm going to write it down right now.
Can I just say that I have thought all along what side of the car I'm sat on?
Okay, I've already written this.
I've already thought about
I'm going
what
to fold it up.
You guys should say it at the
and
same
I'm going
time.
to give it to Pheonix. This is to make sure that I'm not gaming you too much, okay?
Let's say at the same time which side of the car we think we're sat on, although I've been thinking it all along.
Are you in the back as well?
Yeah. Where are you, Jimmy?
I'm sat back right,
Okay.
I thought.
I thought I was sat back right as well.
All right, roll off for it. This is your role play.
very confused.
Highest roll wins. That's a good point.
This is the sort of important dice rolling action we look for.
10.
2.
Okay, you are in the
Back right.
back right. You are in the back left.
And
Where
the
is the
biker-
biker?
Pheonix.
You've got to open that piece of paper rather than draw.
Be on the right.
On the left.
She's on the left.
Oh yeah.
Indeed, in losing, you sort of won. Good.
Lady Luck shines.
And that, everybody, is how you extend what should be a really trivial decision into 3 dice rolls in a game with a piece of paper. Okay, so she's on the same side as Zakarasu. You've seen her reach for this gun. But that is, your awareness check is on an action.
My awareness check is an action.
Yeah,
So if you take another action, there will be a penalty.
Oh.
But you're a killing machine.
That was a surprising moment of just want to make sure.
I liked it. He can never kill an innocent. Not after what happened back in.
Ooh, a little bit of backstory.
I made that
What
up.
what would you like to do? You can take a second action if you wish.
I mean, I'm going to have to do something.
Yep.
And that something, obviously, is going to have to be... Is the car window open?
No.
Alison.
You're driving into the combat zone. The windows are up.
Can I ask Axel to roll down the window?
I am not
is
even
it
sure.
electric?
In this sedan,
It's
we
a
might have to
sedan,
roll
man.
to see if the windows are electric in the back.
Would me opening the door be an action?
How much did you pay for this car again?
10,000
10,000.
euro dollars.
It is the year 2020. I'm going to say that you do have one of those buttons that makes the window go down.
In the front.
And in the back.
Opening the door's not bad.
And on my turn,
Yeah.
am I able to ask Axel
Yes.
to push the button to make that window come down, and then still have enough ability to shoot my Avenger?
You've made
out?
this combat scenario
Yeah.
so exciting.
Yeah, I know, thrilling, gripping. Welcome to the main streets of the Night City. Okay, yeah. So you say, Axel, open the window. And
Axel,
you
get that window down.
and you hold the button.
The bikers watched all of this happen. Watched him mouth.
Still reaching for the pistol.
Well, my initiative is better than yours, Bike.
I guess in the
suck
distant
it.
future of 2020, maybe windows come down really fast.
I'm not going to allow that. This is the year 2020 as envisaged from 1988. If the fact that I gave you an electric window at all and I'm not making you pump one of those little things is if anything, a courtesy. So I'm going to apply. So you're firing this weapon at pretty close range. I'm not going to say point blank because that's like a meter away.
Yeah.
It'll be close range. So the target value is going to be a 15. However, I'm going to apply a -3 because you've already performed an action this turn. And I'm going to apply another -3 for a moving target because you're shooting. Well, it depends what you're shooting. Actually, no, they're both moving. Everything's moving. Everything's moving all the time if you think about it.
So, I'm going to roll my
D10.
D10.
Add your
These combat rolls.
handgun and your reflex.
What are you firing? Are you firing at the
Well, we'll find out.
motorcyclist?
Otherwise.
Ooh.
Can I just confirm? Are we firing through the window or is the window down?
The window's now down sufficiently.
Didn't you lower the window?
Because it's expensive to
Yeah.
replace the window.
It's-
I like how sort of conscientious
Right.
MJ is. Like, I can't kill this cyber killer.
I feel
the dice.
I need to apply some luck to this.
Ooh. Good response. Yeah.
I'm going to apply 3 points of luck to this shot.
Okay. So that will negate one of your -3s.
This opening encounter is when we need all the luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got more luck.
Alright.
Come on.
It's a 10!
Ooh. All right. Roll it again.
That's a big roll.
It's a critical hit.
An 8.
Nice. So you got 18 plus
12.
Plus 12. So 30 -3. That, for the mathematicians in the audience, is 27. Okay. So this shot. Before I say, you were aiming for the rider?
Yes.
Okay. Hits her squarely. Please roll a dice to determine where you've hit her.
The D10.
The D10.
4.
Right in the torso. Could you roll damage for that shot, please? What was the damage on your Avenger pistol, middle tank
It's
Avenger?
2d6 plus 1.
Okay, then roll D6 twice. Let me know what you get.
1.
1.
Here we go.
All right. What are you adding to 1?
Plus
6.
So 7. So
Plus
plus 1, 8. This shot hits her square in the chest, but just sort of scratches a scar through her heavy biker leathers, but doesn't otherwise appear to debilitate her in any way.
God.
But it was a good shot. Everyone's
oh my
very.
God, that's terrifying.
Yeah. Also, because you have a silence pistol, it's just a kind of zit out the window.
Just a bit of colour. I like.
MJ, are you gonna shoot her or what? MJ.
I'll let you make your roll and aware check to see if you know he's trying to shoot her.
Do I only get one shot?
What's the rate of fire on the pistol? 2. You try it again. You get 2.
4.
4 plus 12, 16. Minus 6. So,
10.
No, second one goes wide. Okay, next in the running order is Jimmy.
Yes, and Jimmy is going to fire his rocket-propelled fist. I think wait.
Sorry.
He wants to fire it in front of the cyclist, grabbing absolutely anything, and then forming a wire barrier to knock off the cyclist.
All right.
You've got to shoot it past
Jimmy's pleased
me
with
and
this
Wesley
idea.
as well.
I'm gonna. Okay.
That's
I'm not-
easy. I can already lean over Wesley. I'll just say, MJ, hopefully you'll just sit back.
Move back.
All right. Okay. I'm trying. I love Jimmy's lack of understanding of physics.
It's gonna be fine.
So, first I'm going to ask you.
Wait. The walls aren't moving, are they?
Yeah,
the car is moving.
your arm would just come off.
Well, I've said it now. Let's see what
At
happens.
the same time, maybe you should shout to the driver.
Axel! Slam on the brakes, mate!
All right. That's okay. Fine. I can get it straight. All right. I'm going to ask you to first take a. Let's say just a cyber tech check first up to do this accurately. I think that's reasonable.
Cybertech?
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to house rules this slightly. I'm going to ask that for cyber tech just for the kind of effective use of your grapple fist, because I don't know what kind of ranged weapon that is. Cyber tech, but I'm going to ask you to add your reflex to that rather than your tech, because it's more about aiming and using the device accurately.
I don't have any
Good.
any skill in cybertech, so it's going to be all reflex and this roll, which is 1.
That is a critical fail.
That's a
So
critical
I'm
fail.
going to ask.
Stop me right there. Well, it was a good idea, wasn't it?
Great idea, Jimmy.
I'm going to ask you to roll on the fumble table for me.
It's just that I know I have to fix it.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Again.
4.
4 is just a screw up. So I'm going to say that
It misfires.
You fire it. But maybe this conversation with Axel, this realization, you fire it, and then as it jets out of your hand, you realize the buildings aren't moving. And as it goes out of the car, and you start to see Axel, stop. He just goes what? And you go oh no, and you start to wheel it back in immediately. So the biker experiences this as a fist going out of the car, and then whoop, back in again.
Out of this clown car.
Can I? Okay. Can I have as a little free action then?
Yeah.
Just say, Wesley, is this anything to do with you?
He says, I've never met any of these people in my life.
I like Wesley.
Okay. Well, here endeth my go, I think.
All right. Let's see. So next in the order is the biker. She's going to try and do some dramatic driving.
So the bike
Take a leaf out of her book, Axel.
Yeah, damn. She sort of expertly, she reacts to the shot, then this fist flies out of the window and back in again. And she, pulls on the bike hard and, goes back, a distance behind you, pulling back down the road in kind of the darkness of these dilapidated buildings and shadows. And then she's going to take a second action. Sort of leveling her pistol down across the handlebars of the motorcycle, attempt a shot at the car.
Not the sedan.
That's a 10
Burkemobile. Oh, a 10. I think so.
and a 9.
Oh my god.
I think she's hit the old
19.
girl.
That's actually a 30 for her as well, incredibly. So she's.
Looks like we're walking.
Cool.
Yeah.
MJ respects this.
MJ will remember this.
I love this woman, but I'm gonna have to kill her.
So this one pings off the rear sort of bumper of the car, but it looked like she was aiming for the wheels. And then you see her sort of lean into her shoulder in a kind of weird way, but that makes her look like she's kind of like on the phone.
She's a
Maybe she just wants to talk.
a multitasker. Axel, very conscious of the paintwork of his sedan. I'm just going to slam on the brakes.
Yes.
And the aim is to make her hit the back of our car.
Okay, give me a driving check.
I'm not sure.
I mean, she shouldn't be on the phone.
Absolutely. This is
Quite
very
frankly.
dangerous. She's about to find out.
Oh,
her car
I've got
accident
Some
happened.
no
reflexes.
driving skill,
been
but I've got an 8 and a 7 for a 15.
Okay.
Pretty nice.
I'm going to ask her. I'm going to make that a contested check. Actually, I think that makes sense. So she has to, because I did make her do 2 actions. I'm going to kind of count this as give her a -3 on this. So she ends up with 17
Okay,
versus your 15.
that's correct.
Okay, so you go back in the car, and she sort of swerves to one side. She's now like behind like sort of back left
Yeah.
bumper, but you're both kind of like keeping pace now as we move over. Unless you want to do another action.
No.
It is now Wesley's go. Wesley turns, sort of you two both feel him kind of shift around, looks up over the back of the seats, and he goes, "Wow!" And that's his entire turn.
God's sake, Wesley.
Well, I'm on the right.
Yeah.
And she's in the back left.
Hang on, you're in an American car, so
yeah,
you're on the
front right.
Yeah, in front right. Yeah. So there's not an awful lot for me to do this turn. So I'm literally, Wesley, get down. I'm just going to grab him and pull him back down.
Okay. He's not going to fight this. He goes like, "Oh, okay," and then he sort of just back where he was basically, but he's still trying to look. It's like head's turning.
This is how
MJ.
people get shot.
What happened to the biker? Did she swerve out of the way of the brake
Yes,
car? Where's
she-
the biker in relation to the car now?
Back left.
She's behind and to the left.
Yeah.
And looks like she's on the phone.
Contemptuously on the phone. Yeah, I'm in a gunfight. That's going alright.
How are you?
Yeah. How's Mum?
That's crap.
I think I'm gonna have to try and shoot her again.
He looks at his katana.
I like it.
He looks at
Everyone
his-
is shocked. This woman is so mysterious. I will shoot her.
So,
Just gets on with it. Yes, that's what I'll do.
She's trying to shoot us yet.
Yeah, she tried to shoot the wheels.
God's sake.
He's
I'd
rolled
like
a one.
I'd like you to roll again on that fumble
MJ
table.
may have shot Jimmy.
I mean, I'm looking out the car. I'm, leaning out the car window.
I know.
Yeah.
But we go over a little bump. Yeah.
I hope I'll have to fix that as well.
Oh, please don't shoot myself.
Just roll the dice.
I'm trying.
It's another one.
Another one.
Okay.
No, it's a 7.
Oh, is
It's a
it?
7. Your weapon, you fire, and immediately this custom-made silenced pistol jams.
So just jams.
Yeah. It's jammed now.
A bad workman.
Right, hang on.
A bad merkman.
Sorry, I meant a bad workman.
Can you
Blames
throw
his
it at
tools.
her?
A mad merman.
So my rate of fire doesn't count now. It can't shoot again currently.
No, you need to take an action to
So
fix
I've got
it.
another turn. I have 2 in my weaponsmith stack. Can I try and
Yep.
unjam my gun?
And at a -3, you absolutely can, yeah. -3 because it's a second action.
But after I've done this, that's my turn over. My turn is now trying to unjam my
But if
gun.
you want to fire your gun again, you're going to have to unjam it at some point. So
That's
Yeah.
right.
Let's roll.
That is how that works.
yeah.
So D10 for this?
Yeah.
Come on then, Rob.
Basically, I need a 9 or a 10 to unjam this weapon.
You shake the dice for a long time.
Yeah, he really
before
does.
rolling.
Makes me uncomfortable. 2.
But it's working for him, so why would he stop?
You could have pulled back and like, it's not doing.
It's jammed.
It's
Put your foot down, Axel. This gun's jammed. I'm compromised. Nothing else we can do.
I think if we're all compromised
It's
now.
game over.
yeah, Jimmy.
Well, something that a lot of people didn't know about Jimmy is that he's actually got radio scanner ears.
Interesting.
And he would like to try and scan to hear if she is in communication with anybody.
All right, yeah. So your radio scanner, it's not. So your ears are
It's
radio.
my ears, Chris.
Okay. Radio ears. Also a good song title. Your radio ears. Give me a cybertech check.
I told you before I don't have any tech and any skill in cybertech.
Any tech?
But I do have an 8 plus 5 for
Yeah, just looking for a 10. So you tune through a bunch of frequencies. You get like 3 different rock stations.
Nice.
Before you...
Any mutiny?
No.
Any silver hand?
On 2 of the 3. The other one's Kerry Uridine. Grim, you sigh briefly, but then you realise, like, why am I going through, like, the FM channels?
Yeah.
Like, you get straight onto the sort of the other bands, and, you know, it takes you a moment, but you find, you hear, like, a woman's voice, thickly accented, but an accent that I'm not going to do, so imagine, theatre of the mind.
Okay.
Saying, yeah, I found him. Bring the bus.
Was she saying I found them or I found him?
Accented, it's an
Right.
It's very much I found him, kind of.
Bring the bus. Okay, I'm gonna say I've got her on the. I'm listening into a conversation. I've forgotten how Jimmy talks. Oh, lads. Rock and roll. Yeah, I've tuned into a phone call. She said bring the bus. She's found him. I mean, I'm at a loss. This is beyond me. Wesley, it's definitely not you, right? It's definitely not you.
My first night in town, friend.
Do you know about a bus?
Well, we have them.
Right.
Where I'm from.
Okay, yeah, you know. That's all I got, lads.
Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
I will do this. I will use my voice synthesizer to make the sound of a police car.
What on the where?
Well, it'll be coming out of me, but
My
hopefully...
dreams ever owning that click, just slipping and slipping.
You also have, don't you have like a light up face? Am I wrong about that?
No, I believe so. I have light emitting hair.
Yeah,
light up hair.
Light emitting hair.
We did buy
I'll
light
turn
up
that
hair.
off. No, I make that flash.
All right.
Blue and
I
red.
make that flash blue and red.
Give me a, for the sake of it, call it play instrument. Because it is a synthesizer
it's a
that you've built
synthesizer,
into your voice box.
Yes, also I
He
have
has
a
one of
skill
them.
in that, so I'm happy with that.
Okay.
It's like I've seen in Bigfoot and the Hendersons. This is amazing.
7 plus 4 is 11, plus 5 is 16.
I was going to ask you for a 15. So Jimmy says like, all right, and then just like obviously.
You've got to do it. You've got to do it.
Yeah.
Well, because your face is this like cyber mask, right? Like this full face plate that hides. You know, it's been, you know, cosmetically enhanced to sell the show.
Yeah.
But you just sort of sit back, and then like.
Exactly.
Definitely, because in the. I was thinking it has to be like a Cyberpunk 2020 era
it's
American
more
siren.
cool than that. Yeah.
It's like ice cream van. No.
Is that a really fast one they do? That one, like not a dolphin. Yeah.
It is terrifying when the dolphins are coming up behind you.
It's the sound of a dolphin.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the sound of the
that
beast.
they make. Yeah.
A dolphin.
Terrified of dolphins, the mica, suddenly.
Okay. Yeah. So that has happened.
Yes.
It is excellent.
Serving no purpose whatsoever.
Yeah,
That's
so-
happened.
Porpoise.
Oh.
But he is serving porpoise. Oh, good. So next is the biker.
Oh, good.
She's probably been terribly shocked by that.
Well, that was determined. She sort of like pulls back, and then just like goes straight into a side alley, like off the road, like
Scared her off, though.
Jimmy's
Well done, Jimmy.
taking this as whether it was or not. He's like, yeah.
Is
got
he
your back.
talking now, or is he still just emitting a siren noise?
He's got a siren face on. He's forgotten to change the face back.
You could incorporate that into so many of your songs.
Hey, RMJ, that's how you do it. The initiative seems to be continuing, Axel, which I think could mean bad things for us.
It doesn't feel like we're in the clear, does it?
I'll just remind you that she said bring the bus.
Axel is. I've heard the bad news. Something that I don't know if these guys know about Axel, but a long time ago, he did a favour for a local gang, and he feels like in a dangerous area like the combat zone, perhaps this is the time to call up a favour. So just wanting some protection, he makes a quick call to the head of that gang. He just says, explains the situation really clearly. We're here really quickly, not clearly. No, not clearly.
I like that you just.
I'm very
that's
articulate.
How you skirt around
This is
it. And I want to be clear. I'm very articulate, and I say all the information perfectly.
So you're talking to your contact who's
At the booster gang.
The booster gang. The booster gang is called the Wild Chickens.
That's them. I remember them.
Their leader is called Nyx.
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 NY.
You suspect that's not his real name.
Nyx.
Okay.
Nyx stuff.
Am I leaving a voicemail? Am I talking directly?
You're talking directly to the man himself.
Nyx, it's Axel.
What? I'm busy.
You're not busy, man, because you owe me a favour. You know you do.
Yeah, right.
And tonight's the night I need that favour more than ever. I'm in the combat zone.
What's that sound?
That's the sound of the police.
That's the sound that they make.
I'm not. Hey, man, I'll tangle with anyone, you know that, but you gotta tell me what I'm getting into.
Well, I don't know what you're getting into, but that's why I need you
said
here.
the police.
The police, that's a ruse. That's fine, that's on our side,
What?
that's a distraction. All I know is there's a biker behind us, and I need more bikers than that to come and help
Where
us.
are you?
I'm in the combat zone.
Give me a little fast talk.
Okay. I thought I was.
Come
Oh, come on.
10.
Right, you're fine, because he rolled a 1.
Oh, I wasn't sure what that noise meant.
So you hear a pause, and then, oh, hell yeah! and then the line goes dead.
Beautiful. End of turn.
On his turn, Wesley just sort of just sumps back in his seat like, this isn't as bad as I thought it would be. And that's his entire turn.
Wow. I think we should figure out where we are, like how close we are to this building. So I want to do something with sat-nav, something to try and figure out.
All right.
Use some kind of tech to just be like, okay,
You're going
we're
to fiddle with the tom-tom.
X number of blocks from where we need to be.
I'll tell you what.
I have cyber eyes. Can I use them for anything?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's use your cyber eyes.
Yeah.
Give you greater awareness. So, just take an awareness check. So, like a sort of but in this case, it's more of like a spatial awareness, and add +2 to that, and you're looking to beat a 15.
Oh, I'm not going to do that. So awareness for me is 3 + 2 makes it 5. Then that's my... Oh, then 8. 5 + 8, so 13.
In all of this kind of... Even though Axel's has been driving a straight line, but at speed, you're not sure if you've missed your turn. You know what I mean? You're in that state of how far have we gone? How deep are we? In fact, do you realise more than anything else this is possibly useful information? You may be at danger of being lost unless Axel starts driving to a place rather than simply away from the gun woman. Okay, we get to MJ again. As you sort of move maybe another couple of meters down the road, you hear a roar of engines again. Bike bursts back onto the street behind you, and then from the other direction, basically just a big RV, proper what would probably once have been a kind of family holiday vehicle, bursts onto the street. This one's been modded up. Someone's drilled armor panels into the sides of it. There's a sort of narrow slit for the driver. You can't really see in there. And then on top of it, in a bucket seat, bolted to the top of the RV, is a small human figure, but impossible to know anything more about them because they're just basically a little wedge of flak armor with a little an SMG, a submachine gun, but you would recognize it as a Militech Mini Gat. It's the world's smallest Gatling gun. Bursts onto the road from the other direction. They kind of in that way, kind of peel together and continue the chase. I'm just going to roll them in. You know at this point that you are dealing with nomads. out-of-towners ride the wastelands of Middle America in caravans, a little bit like the one that's now chasing you. But it is your go.
This has got Wesley written all over it.
I mean, my gun is jammed. I got nothing else. I mean, I can't hit it with a sword. Even if I could unjam my gun, I can't shoot an armored RV.
MJ, I don't want to hear what you can't do. I want you to start doing something, mate. I think MJ's suffering PTSD.
I would say to Axel, am I aware, do I know this area? I've been in the combat zone before. Do I know of any side alleys,
Tell you
small
what,
side
give me
alleys
an awareness check. That's a good.
that are not... Right, I've rolled a 10.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Fine.
I love this. Can't fire a gun, but he's really aware.
Exactly. You know exactly where we are. So where you are is you realise, because you maybe know this because you've gone basically a straight line through the checkpoint you went through, and you went through like the most obvious checkpoint into the zone. You know if you keep going, you're going to hit what is called the dryway, which is a sort of sunken, like in the city you would call this a river, but it's actually like basically like a concrete gully that kind of bisects parts of the combat zone, running kind of just below the road. Like you're basically passing these blocks of buildings, but pretty soon you're going to hit like a low bridge. You know, like in like LA, like the great sort of like concrete things, a little smaller than that maybe, but there'd be a route sideways necessarily.
Can you give the biker a name?
You don't know her name. She has a name.
Well, I do know her name because I'm a nomad. Once my parents sold me, I was raised by nomads.
Okay, well, this is still going to be a check to see if you know it.
Right.
Because, I mean, you don't know every nomad.
But that
It's not like
could-
being
but,
from Canada.
But
Like,
they could be the nomads. I mean, this is where I was
they
raised
could-
on the streets.
They absolutely could be.
This could be my tribe.
Give me it would be like a family check if you were a nomad, but you're not. As in, you're not the class nomad.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
So-
I was raised by. As long as I'm raised by a nomad pack after my parents sold me.
I tell you what. Give me a.
Is it funny how the game
I think it's going to be more like. So I would have said. I think it's reasonable to say that if these were literally your family, you would have recognised them by now, right? You do not recognise them as your family, but I'm going to see if you recognise them as a family.
Okay.
That makes sense. So it's just going to be another awareness check,
Oh,
but add 3 for your nomad background, and you're looking
I'm
to beat
really
50.
bad at awareness checks. I'm really bad. I keep rolling 2. So it's 2 plus 3 plus 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. No. You don't recognise them.
Damn.
Are you doing anything else, MJ?
Well, I've not done anything yet.
Well, you've
You
been
found out about-
aware of where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm aware that there's a
Like a kind
concrete gully.
Yeah, basically coming up.
And we're going to hit that soon.
Yes.
And that concrete gully is going across us.
It will be, yeah, when you go across it. Imagine you'd be going over like a low bridge and then but you cut off to the
Right.
side.
Can I, assuming that we are heading for that now,
Have you relayed that information?
Axel,
Yeah.
we are about to
It's called
hit
the dryway.
the driveway.
What do you want me to do?
I need you to turn onto the driveway.
Left or right?
Left.
Which way's left?
Left is left. God damn it.
I've got it.
We need to lose these idiots. Hopefully the RV will not be able to get down that driveway.
Good shout.
That's the information I'm relaying.
Okay.
So to action.
Yeah.
Tick in a box.
Pheonix,
Yes.
do you think you can unjam my gun if I throw it? Gun.
I will certainly have a go. Pass
Here
me a
it
gun.
is. And I throw it across to you in the front right.
No, I'm not going to.
Told you, probably drop that as well.
Very carefully
No,
pass
that's fine.
the
You
gun.
can do that. Jimmy, what are you doing?
Jim.
As his mother calls him.
Yeah. Jimmy, he just loves his grapple hand. He just loves it so much.
Are these the big nuts?
Yeah, they're also
are
the
they
big
separate?
guys.
They're separate.
Big
No, they're the same hand.
It's the same hand,
Okay.
but
We sort
yeah,
of
they're
maybe bent the rules a
separate.
little bit to combine big nucks
Yeah.
with a grapple hand.
I was
Audience, you've not been introduced to the concept of a big nut
I was
yet.
going to say, I'm
Look forward
surprised
to
we
that.
haven't seen the big nuts yet.
well, it's because I've not been in one-on-one combat.
There's not been a big
I
nut
can't really
situation.
reach. I can't reach. I can't use the big knucks in succession with the grapple hands. It's more of a grapple than a rocket-propelled
Yeah.
fist. But I can certainly just have a go at firing. I want to fire the grapple at the motorcyclist.
Yeah.
Just to have a line on her. So that hopefully at some point, I don't want to go over to her. I just want her to be ensnared. And then maybe when we go, hopefully when we go around a corner or something, I can yank her off her bike.
So you're aiming at the bike or the rider?
The rider.
Okay. That sounds like you got a 30-meter range, right? So I think you'll be aiming to hit a 20.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to add cybertech to your reflexes, basically.
Okay.
I think that's the fairest way of doing this.
Still don't have any cyber tech.
I assume I'm doing this right, and if I'm wrong, someone will at me.
They will. It's a 9
Ooh.
plus a 7 for 16.
Okay, that is insufficient. You whip your... you basically stick your arm out the window and fire it, blind firing it.
Yeah.
Out the window backwards, off into the night. Wrong direction. Before it can hit a wall or something you really don't want it to hit. Back into your arm.
Right, she's seen that before. She must be.
Just sitting in the back, flailing your crazy rocket out the window.
In that case, can I take another action to ready Scylla?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You get the guitar out.
Yeah.
Can
I play him a nice
You might
little
want to
song?
actually ready Scylla.
I'm gonna
Prepare, Scylla.
Okay.
I'm gonna play him a lullaby, lads.
You may fire when ready.
Okay. At this bike is going to take another shot at the car.
Let me guess, she rolls a 45.
Yeah.
She shoots the gun as you're passing it to Pheonix.
She hits the fuel tank, the car blows up. We're
Game
all
over,
dead.
man.
Oh no, she has hit you. That's good.
It's not good.
But again, she's unable to land a shot on a tire, which is the crucial thing you're looking for. Another one pings off the
Why is she
rear
trying to hit the tires?
bumper.
It's obviously something she wants
Just
in
wants
the car.
to stop the car.
Someone hasn't gotten that memo. If that's a memo that they sent, it'd probably be a fax. This is Cyberpunk. So instead, the gunner on the top of the RV.
God, I forgot about these two.
He's going
Slice it
to
down.
open up, and this is going to basically you hear the kind of zzz,
Yeah.
and then just
That's his action, probably.
then a burst of full
Gotta
auto
wait.
fire.
Oh my
So
god. I mean, that can't be accurate, that kind of fire.
That's spray and pray, innit?
Bouncing
That's
all over
spray
the
and
place.
pray.
it is spray and pray, which has its own rules, which we'll go with.
But he's got a lot of faith.
It's a 9 there. 18.
That's some good praying.
So that's -3 for moving target, so 15, which basically means that only a single round manages to strike the car.
Where?
This one smashes through the window.
I need
Which
that
window?
Actually,
The
well,
rear?
it depends which window, because obviously smashing would entail front windows at this point. And there are 5 people in the car.
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a 6.
Jimmy's me.
Jimmy is struck in the 8 in the right leg.
Oh.
So maybe this one comes punching through the door, or of
What,
the
by
car.
a round? I thought it was smashed glass.
I thought it was as well, but that's because I spoke too soon. However, it's more that the car door. I don't need to look at so many numbers. Simply just bumps in. Right, you got quite lucky there.
Oh.
The door. Yeah,
Blimey.
it's the
Jimmy
car,
likes his legs, Axel.
the car door, because of the height of the shot, absorbs the force of the impact.
Axel likes his car doors.
Unity. Next, the RV is going to attempt to make things complicated for you and into from one side, like in Road Warrior.
I didn't realise it was this close.
Can we make a contested driving check? Can you give me a driving check, Axel?
Of course.
Of course. Thank you for asking.
I should have been
3,
Yep.
and I have no driving skill, so that makes 10.
They got an 11.
Good.
This keeps happening. But I'm going to say, because the magic suit, so they succeed in smashing into the car from the side as this bullet comes in, and then from the right, I guess, and just pushing you over to the left side of the road further and further. I wanted
to go anyway.
But you're kind of going this way now.
Right. Okay.
Like the sidewalk, as they say in Night City, is getting closer and closer and closer.
Okay. I want to turn around desperately. I'm looking in the rearview mirror and I'm saying, Wesley, do you know these guys? Because they look like they're from the same part of town as you might be, man.
We have nomads where I'm from, but these are... do I look like a nomad to you?
No, you don't look like a nomad, but you might look like someone who's pissed the nomad right off.
He says, look, we treat people very well where I'm from. I do not know these people. But I can ask you to do a human perception check if you'd like to.
I would like to. Yes, that can be my first action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's going to make my driving worse. But that's fine. Let's do human perception. 8. I've got 4 human perception and 6 empathy, so that gives me an 18.
Lovely. So yeah, you like this man is a bit of he's always been an enigma to you since you met him hours ago because of how out of place he looks. But if there's anything about him that strikes you, it's his sort of indefatigable enthusiasm and like a degree of like, I don't know what the word is really, not like haplessness, but like there's a sort of earnest, right? Like this is a world where people aren't earnest. Everyone has a game, right? And this, like, you have this strange feeling of like, this feels like the first person you may have ever met who doesn't have a game.
Right.
Like you're just getting this earnest, like, I don't know these people. Like the response is not just a denial, it's that kind of denial of like, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
I have no guile.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's guileless. Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'm just gonna stop looking in the rearview mirror, and I'm like, oh, I guess I believe this idiot madman in the back of the car, and I've listened to what MJ has said, and I'm assuming we're getting close now to this dry storm drain or whatever the heck it is, and I'm
that's the word for that.
Desperately trying to steer the car to the left as I've been told.
Okay, give me a driving check.
4 and 11.
11. Yep.
Wait, it's cleared one barrier.
Bump over the sidewalk, down into this kind of concrete siding. Car goes sideways. Everyone to one side.
Which way are we going? Left. No, I've gone the wrong way.
You've gone left, so you'd be leaning to the right. Yeah, everyone leaning to the right.
Good.
And you thunder down into this sort of storm drain towards the water at the bottom. Next is Wesley. He leans forward and like touches you by the shoulder and goes, "Fantastic." And that's his entire turn. Pheonix.
I've got your gun. We need to unjam your gun.
Please try.
So that's an 8. Basic tech is a 7, and tech is an 8. So yeah, 16.
23.
23. Yeah, fine. Yeah, with the click, it's almost trivial. It's like it's like opening a jar for someone who's been struggling with it for 10 minutes.
I can't believe.
It's just like click the jammed cartridge or whatever gun word springs out the window next to you. Then spin it round, give it back to him.
Oh,
I like that.
Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
I don't think there's much else I can do apart from, where's the pray? Where do I roll to pray?
Just do it.
It's going to come at 1 now.
We're going to find out if it's so.
So, right, I mean, 9.
Is it a godless universe?
Jimmy is going to say at this point, Axel, do you have a gun?
Yes.
Maybe when it's your turn, you should give it to Wesley and he can start shooting something.
I've just fixed his... Oh, Wesley.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Well, let's weaponise him. Let's weaponise Wesley.
Weaponise Wesley.
The man in the middle?
Yeah.
Axel at this point is still reeling from the fact that the
I'm
strong
asking him to
prayers
change
seem
his
to have
ways.
been unanswered, and that maybe he's having an existential crisis and trying to concentrate on driving.
Well,
the
I'm
car.
trying to bring you back down to earth with a bump, mate.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Where is Jimmy from?
He's always it's a synthesised accent. It's all over.
Well, you know what? So we've prayed. That's not doing anything. So maybe you've got a gun on you. I'll grab your gun. I'm next to you.
Yeah.
So at least
you take
one
it
of
from
us
him.
can use
Yeah,
it.
that's
so
an action. Yeah, so you got it now.
Right.
Good. MJ, top of the dial. It's you.
Okay, so we're in the
You're kind of like
dry
plunging
way.
into it. Yeah.
So, what is happening with the biker?
So
and
the
RV?
RV was like right up against the car. So as you've gone, it's like maybe just like 5-10 meters behind you. and then the bike is kind of like behind that, but maybe now obscured from your vision by the RV.
Right, so they've both followed us into this.
They're going to try, but they haven't done it yet. They're kind of like, imagine like where seconds are passing with each of these turns, right? So like we're in this moment as the car, the sedan, thumps into the driveway.
So how much of the RV can I see? Can I see the gunner?
Yeah.
I've got a clear view on the gunner.
Yeah. I mean, 2 moving targets, 10 meters.
He's 10 meters behind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try and do something about this gunner. I've got my weapon back. I'm gonna take a shot at the gunner and try and stop him from getting any more
That's
Gatling
just going
gunfire
to
on us.
be a regular, so you're going to look for a 15. I'm going to apply a -3 because of the 2 moving vehicles thing.
Don't be a rubbish roll.
10.
Roll it again.
I did pray.
Maybe the prayer has been
Maybe this is
answered.
it.
And a 7. 17 plus a 12, 29. Minus the 3,
Oh,
so 26.
and do it again because you got 2 fire of 2, right? So you fire twice. So another one.
So 26.
So
on
one of
that
them's
first
definitely hit. We'll do them together.
That's another 10.
Wow.
And that is a 9.
Again, you rolled 2 19s in a row.
It was last time. It was less.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No, this is a 19 plus the 12.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You've hit them twice.
So that is
Okay. So
31.
roll d10 for the first shot. To that one tags it.
D10.
D10. The one I just gave you.
1.
That's in the head.
Oh!
And where does the other one hit?
That's double damage right
I
there.
hope he dies. That is a 9.
That's in the leg. So we'll do the head first. So what's the damage on your pistol?
2d6 plus 1.
2d6 plus 1. So just roll it twice and
5.
Make them good, MJ.
1.
14 damage to the head. Okay. I mean, this is someone who's kind of like covered in like flak armor, but the head is the point where it's obviously weakest. Like it's basically Kevlar. So. Right, record some damage. This is the first time. I can't believe I've been running a Cyberpunk campaign for a couple of hours, and this is the first time anyone's taking damage. Okay.
Rob had to hit
Because
someone
MJ
eventually.
had a.
Second
You got to
shot.
run for the.
Yep.
Second shot, I've rolled a 6 and a 5. 11, so 12 on the leg.
The leg you see is actually like, because of the way they're sat, they're sat in a way that indicates like they sort of tuck into the RV basically. So the armor's kind of all up top because they're kind of like almost like a prow on a ship, right? Like they're kind of mounted onto it. So the legs are actually like pretty unarmored, like relatively unarmored.
Good.
And so you said 12.
Yeah.
But if I take away 4 from that, that becomes 8. And 8 is a very important number for limb damage. So you hit them in the left leg, and that second shot just takes the knee out. Like, obviously because they're not currently using it, they don't go over necessarily.
It'd cause
They do
distraction.
watch their leg fly off.
Yeah, well, you basically from a lifetime of both being accused of shooting people and actually shooting people. This is debilitating. So I'm going to do a bunch of
Backstory
things.
siren.
I'll just tell you, they don't die, but you see them just like drop the mini gat that they're holding. It's on a strap, so it just sort of swings to the side, and like there's just shock and pain as they like reach for their shattered leg.
What does the headshot do?
The headshot just sort of
My head's
like
fine, but my knee.
Whiplash.
glanced, like, obviously took it on the Kevlar, basically, like nasty, but not deadly. That makes sense, because they're wearing, that's where their armor's actually pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So the armor did absorb a bunch of it, but they still took a bunch of the damage as well. So that gunner is just in an unhappy place. Those 2 very good shots. That's why you pay him the medium bucks.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever I've got left.
I'll take all the credit, by the way.
Thank you, Pheonix, for unjamming my gun.
Jimmy.
And then praying.
Well, Jimmy's going to unleash Scylla, I think.
All right.
On who?
This is what we've
On
been
who?
waiting for.
It's fire. It's going to be everywhere. I'm just gonna
That's what I'm worried about.
That's why I'm asking.
hopefully out, just out the back.
Out back.
Yeah.
All right.
Gonna
Yeah,
aim
the
for the
RV is the closest thing. So,
Exactly. I'll be aiming for the RV.
okay. So, anyone particular on the RV or just the RV?
I'm assuming that the driver is too well protected and also a less important target right now. So I will aim for the gunner.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. So they are 10 meters behind you. Scylla, that is, has a range of 50 meters. Is that right?
Correct.
So you're looking for a 15, but do subtract 3 from that for the fact that you're leaning out of a moving car.
Right. Okay, that's a 3, which isn't great. Plus 5 plus 7. So that makes me a 15 bang on, but then minus 3.
Yeah, so 12. So
12.
This one, jet of flame propels out of the back of the car, sort of just arcs wide.
Damn it.
You take a second shot if you like.
Yeah.
All right,
Nothing
minus
to
6.
lose. Nothing to lose.
So you need to get 21 basically.
Oh, it's a 1.
Roll it again.
Oh no!
It's a 6.
Oh, but the flamethrower.
So this is the most amazing one.
No, who's he hit?
So no, it's normally this would be the weapon discharges, but I'm gonna flavour this a little bit. You suddenly can't switch Scylla off.
Keep it out the window.
It's just jetting out of the window of the car.
Don't do this to me, Scylla.
This might be what happened. This might give you some memories of
Not
the
again.
gig where it all went wrong. It's just you have to keep her pointed out the window now because it's just jetting. How many shots does she get? What is not rate of fire, but shots?
10.
10.
Yes, 10.
What is the rate of fire? Is it 1?
1.
Okay. All right. So you've consumed 2 of them.
Yes.
But I'm going to basically keep consuming them. You're like, oh no.
Oh.
Actually, so immediately maybe just like consume another 2. Just mental note of that. And
Okay.
then we'll figure out the rest of it.
So,
Right.
so we've consumed 4 out of the
Yeah.
out of the 10. Okay.
Because he can't switch it off, bless him. All right.
She's a machine.
Next is the biker. Yep. You see her kind of nip in on the inside of the RV, and then sort of like off the, motorbike noise, off the edge of the gully and down into the thing. But then she looks back at the RV and sees the gunner like holding the leg and the blood, presumably, and she pulls back and just waves at them, like, get over, like, get aside. The gunner has to do save and succeeds. So the gunner kind of like, sort of like, she's going to give something away. Conscious, but like, obviously like in a great deal of pain. She's going to lift that Gatling gun and kind of like spray it your way in anger, but she is critically injured, however, so this is going to have quite a big effect on some things. So this thing just fires in the air, like bullets whipping over the car, as in outrage and pain. She fires sort of haphazardly into the air. The RV driver rolls a 1 on the driving check to get down into the ravine.
Yes!
Oh no!
I'm praying all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe there
And you
is a
see this
guard.
RV, like, he
Yeah.
tries to turn it, tries to also respond to this other gesture, this pull over thing, and it just goes off the edge of the concrete siding, and then screaming sparks down into the gully. As it comes to a halt, you just see, like, it's almost a little bit grim. The gunner in her harness just sort of like jerks forward, and then with a motion you wouldn't necessarily be able to hear over the gunfire and the roar of the engines, but snaps backwards with like a crack. And doesn't look to be in the best way possible, as you just sort of rocket on down the thing. As this happens, I'm going to suspend turn-based. As this happens, the biker just skids to a halt and rushes. As you see them kind of in the rear view mirrors, they vanish behind you. This nomad clan, whoever they were, whatever they wanted, just vanishing down the driveway. as they stop the chase immediately.
I'm so mad my gang didn't turn up before that happened. God damn them.
Well, I guess we just continue on our way now, guys. That's all we're saying it. Back to the mission.
What the hell was that? Can I turn Scylla off now?
Give me a.
Shall I turn Scylla? Do you need my help?
No one
on,
touches
Pheonix.
Scylla. Oh, unless I say so.
Pheonix will get turned
Did you
off
say so?
for you, mate. Come on.
No.
Fine,
Not yet.
you turn it off then.
I'm
Because
gonna.
when it's run out of fuel, there's nothing we can do, by the way. You thought about that?
Just stop arguing with me. I'm trying to concentrate on Scylla.
Yeah, give me a basic tech check.
It's an 11. All right, you can touch her.
Let Pheonix turn it
Looking for a
off.
15 to switch off the malfunctioning.
Let Pheonix turn it off.
7, and if it's basic tech, I've got another 7. That's 14 plus my tech of 8.
Perfect, yeah. Again, it's one of these things, just the back of the guitar comes back. Obviously, it starts to be pointed out the window for really obvious
I've like
reasons.
had to lean over the
Yeah,
seat
but you can
to like...
you just like reach in and like on the back of Scylla, there's basically
The off button.
the valve that for the fuel. You just go like and just she's off.
It's for the best.
And Wesley turns to you and is like, great. That's what he does.
I like Wesley.
You were a fat lot of good in that encounter, Wesley.
This is your city, he says,
Good.
and we will return to it in the next episode.
Next time on Cyberpunk.
You're in now the sort of the real darkest part of the city.
The roof? You want to go into the roof?
I've just got a grapple hand and I'm desperate to use it, mate.
It's like a lot of
Away!
Do you shout away?
No, they've developed technology so I can just think it.
You see a figure in sort of decent quality sort of gear. You sort of glide in like a PVC shadow.
MJ, yeah. Can you take any of them out without the lights being off and without the other seeing? I don't think I can do it without the lights off.
That's a different RPG.
I think you killed that person. Let's do it. It's fighting time.
Subscribe to PlayStation Access and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss a single episode. For the players.